What's good, everybody? It's your boy Joe B1 with the Fan Force Alliance, and here for the live special edition of Taungsdays. Am I right? How's everybody doing today? I see we do have one person watching, and anybody that is here or joins in, feel free to jump in the chat, and we'll have a fun and interesting episode. We'll probably be on for about 20 minutes. And in Joby one time, that means more like maybe 25 minutes or something like that. But yeah. So, anyways, anybody that's joining in, I do appreciate you. And give me just 1 second. I'm gonna make a couple of adjustments here. Let's see. But yeah, everybody, I do appreciate you joining in and hanging out with us today. But we'll hang out for a second and give a few people a chance to join in, and then we'll get right into it, y'all. A few subjects to talk about, but really I do want to keep it as open as possible for anyone that wants to join in the comments and kind of help drive some of the conversation a little bit. I thought it'd be a fun way to do Taungsdays every once in a while like this. Also, I've had a pretty busy and long week, so I started recording some footage, started editing some stuff, didn't save some edits, and honestly just kind of got to a time crunch. And I thought, you know what, we can cover a lot of this stuff live, and you guys could join in the comments. So I appreciate you guys for being here. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is we did see another kind of extended trailer for the Acolyte series, and definitely looked really interesting to me. I'm very, very excited about that series coming up. And I saw some really interesting. If you haven't seen it yet, you could go to the Star Wars Facebook page or their YouTube and whatnot, and they have a really nice behind the scenes kind of thing going on of almost like a spotlight on the actor that plays like the main Jedi Master. I can't remember his name right now. The actor that played in Squid Game. But yeah, if you haven't seen some of that behind the scenes stuff, I thought that was really interesting, and definitely kind of got me a little more hyped for the series. You know, we're not too far away. I think it's like 3 weeks away from Acolyte, and I think we're in for a treat for sure. So if you have not seen that behind the scenes footage, I do highly recommend that. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so there's been some really great figure releases. As you guys probably saw, if you're a Black Series collector, that Big Bad Toy Store had the Key Adimundi figure go up for pre-order. And then almost immediately, they started shipping those guys. So anybody who happened to have their pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store for Key Adimundi is probably getting that, over the course of the next couple of days. So congratulations to you guys. I know everybody's been really excited and intrigued about whether or not he was even coming out. It's kind of like, is he a mystery? Like, what's going on, right? But now we finally know that Key Adimundi is in hand for some collectors. I've seen some great pictures across some of the Facebook groups. And yeah, that's been definitely a lot of fun to see. And of course, they shipped out that Droidica as well. And then I also noticed on Hasbro Pulse that the Droidica went up for pre-order, and their shipping date moved up to May 22nd. So I have not checked. I know when I checked yesterday, I believe it was in the morning, it was still available. So it's possible that it is still available for you guys. If you want to get the Droidica for your collection, you do want to get the Droidica for your collection. Just letting you know. If you want to get the Droidica for your collection, you might be able to pick that up from Big Bad. But I know I did see that, or actually Big Bad sold out, but from Hasbro Pulse. But I also did see that on a few other fan channel sites. I know GameStop has it available for like June 15th or 22nd or something. You know, you guys double check that. I'm not really a news anchor for the Black Series. I just collect it and like it a lot. And, you know, I try to share as much as I know, or at least as much as I think I know. And then I covered this last week with the Darth Sidious and some of these other re-releases. That Cal Kestis Inquisitor 3-pack has shown up in hand for some people. I've seen some great reviews online from some channels that I really like. And if you guys go check my YouTube, I don't remember who it was, but there are several of them that I've seen in hand. So, and those things look great. Inquisitor Cal looks great. The Trilla with the soft goods cape looks good. So yeah, I mean that's definitely a win, and hopefully I can manage to grab that at some point. Although I've been kind of pumping the brakes a little bit on figures, you know, to a degree, because I'm starting to be able to kind of pick and choose, you know, because I'm not a completionist. I mean, I have a lot, but I'm not a completionist. So yeah, but um, other than that, I know, like I said, we got a lot of figures coming over the course of the next several months. You know, I'm in for some and not in for others, and you know, might try to catch some on clearance later for some others. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm curious to see which ones you're most interested in. So if you're watching this back on the replay, go ahead and drop it down in the comments and let me know what of the upcoming releases and pipeline that are you looking forward to the most. And one thing I forgot to mention is that this special edition of Taungsdays is actually going across all of the platforms that are mine, and then also on Fan Force Alliance, on Facebook and on YouTube, and then my channels as well. So wherever you're watching from, I do appreciate you, whether it's the Fan Force Alliance pages or whether it's my pages. I do appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out. I haven't seen any comments pop up yet, but I have seen several people kind of pop in and out watching. So I do appreciate you guys for stopping in for sure. Um, so normally this show is about 10 minutes or so long. And the last subject that I wanted to cover, which, you know, could get, you know, it's kind of an interesting subject, but it's kind of reflective of like what is going on today and what's gone on today in my world. And so, and that has to do with kind of the overall upkeep and maintenance and cleaning of your collection. So today, when I got off of work, you know, for the most part, it was spent, you know, taking care of like running some errands and paying some bills and stuff, and then got back to the house and like pretty much rearranged most of the living area and cleaned up. And then I was like, kind of been talking about it on my Facebook page for a while about how I'm planning this kind of reorganization and dusting of my shelves and kind of rethinking how I'm going to be placing all these figures and stuff, right? So, you know, that got me to thinking about how, you know, that's one of the things that can be, depending on how you look at it, a little bit stressful or a little bit helpful in terms of your collecting. And so for me, it has been nearly meditative in a way at times to be able to take certain shelves down and dust them and kind of rethink how I'm posing them and putting them up. And that's been super fun, you know. But as time has gone on, you know, obviously the collection has, there's that shelf down there and all these shelves here. And so the collection has grown and grown and grown and grown, and grown, right? So because of that now, the idea sometimes of taking everything down and dusting it and straightening everything out and reorganizing the collection is kind of a daunting thought, you know, because it's like, oh my gosh, there's so many of these things to pull down and to dust. And so it has been a, you know, essentially something that could be considered like, it's not a stressor, but it's like, you know, it's forced me to kind of rethink it, like, and ultimately kind of give me an opportunity again to spend some time messing with some figures that I haven't messed with in a while. and maybe take a look at some ones that I haven't seen in a while, and get to enjoy some of those figures. So, hey, what's up, Anakin? I appreciate you joining and watching the live live edition of Taungsdays, mostly by necessity, but I thought it could be fun. I thought it could be fun. More than likely, I will probably start with my big bookshelf, which is over here. It's like a three-tiered bookshelf with a like cube, four cube shelf underneath it, and where I store some things and have a few kind of like pops and stuff. And so I kind of need to re-pull all of that out, dust it all out, and kind of. So I'll probably start there and work my way up, and then it'll be onto the fun shelves as to me, because these are kind of like each different shelves that I've named and themed. So but when I pull most of them down, I'm gonna be kind of rethinking some of those shelf themes and approaching them in a kind of reimagined way. So it'll probably take me days to complete it, unless I just, I'm off of work and wake up super early and just start and don't stop until I'm done, and skip, a couple meals, which I highly doubt. Uh, right? Yeah. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Thoughts and prayers and all that. Oh man. But yeah, so but the thing is, collecting can be stressful, and as you've seen, with that Gree and Yoda release, how many people were so angry about how fast um, that thing sold out, and it just brought into mind too, like if it's creating such a visceral emotional response, like perhaps it there's some things to explore there. I mean, not saying any of us are normal by any means. I'm not judging. I'm simply saying, think of it in a different way. Like, you know, I can't think of it in a positive way. Just be patient. We'll get it soon. We'll get that sweet, sweet Yoda in his council chair with that unique Gree soon from Disney. It's just like the Mace Windu pack, that thing is still in stock there. So I don't think anybody's going to have any trouble that really wants that Yoda and Gree pack. I don't think we'll have any trouble with that for sure. So, but I was saying all that to kind of say this, and this is kind of why I don't want to do this live too often, because I'll just go off on all sorts of tangents, which you guys will probably find entertaining and accidentally humorous. So, and I'm not above being laughed at your expense or at my own, so it's quite all right. But as you can see, I've done it again. So, um, but the whole point is like this to me is almost a form of like of therapy to a degree, like the collecting, and then kind of being able to spend time like when you're cleaning and moving figures around and stuff like that, you don't it kind of gives you a chance to slow down and really just think and be with your thoughts, you know turn on some your favorite Star Wars media or some music or something, or maybe even the Hip Hop Jedi, on Spotify, YouTube, and all the streaming platforms. Sorry for the plug. But the thing is like it can really be beneficial and therapeutic though, to spend time and to slow down with your thoughts, because it gives you a chance to kind of see them coming a little bit, which is really an opportunity to kind of bob and weave and adjust your reactions, and your counter, and stuff like that. So, and that's how it is for me. It allows me to kind of slow down and really think and consider things and thoughts and emotions And sometimes the thoughts and feelings that come up are, from way back, and I'm like, whoa, what the heck is that? You know what I mean? And it's something that I have to go re-explore, and try to figure out why that's, and it gives, but in that time, it's like it's peaceful, and that brain space is a safe space to kind of deal with some of those more chaotic thoughts. And and I tend to kind of go off the deep end in these types of things, and in really every conversation, and I'm sure a lot of people find it ridiculous and annoying, but I just tend to find the deepness in almost anything, and it causes me to do a lot of exploration internally, and here. Sometimes the simplest thing, So even collecting. So it was a subject that I wanted to share, and it's something I've talked about on my channel before, and it's something that's really important to the Fan Force Alliance as well. Is our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, all take precedence over, making content for the sake of making content. It's why I had to do this show live today. Because if I would have tried to push myself, I would have had to like not sleep one night, or like, you know what I mean? Like, and then, perform badly at work, or do badly at editing the show, or miss something small, or, not be my best self, or at least the best self possible for that day, and have as few hurdles in my way as possible. Um, you know, and again, that's part of the reason why we did this live, and it's because I was trying to protect myself with my mental health, and it's something that's of supreme importance to the Fan Force Alliance, as well as other aspects of helping the community. And we have a lot of big dreams and big hopes, and stuff that we'd like to do, uh, using this vehicle of the imagination, to try and reach people, and give people hope, um, because for a lot of us, the underlying message that we get from Star Wars is that hope abides, in the bleakest and darkest times, and can oftentimes be a source of strength, uh, and give us a sense of purpose whenever things seem so wobbly, because life can get very wobbly very fast. And there are just certain things, so many things that are outside of our control. Um, and it, it's learning to kind of accept those things that are outside of our control, and learning to see them for what they are, and not only for how it makes us feel. So, it can be tough to kind of work our way around navigating some of the really difficult things about life. Um, but the thing is that we can have a strong feeling about something, and and our overall kind of visceral reaction to it is oftentimes just kind of a response, you know. But if we kind of learn to observe some of those feelings, we can decide how we respond. And this stuff is what helps me kind of go down that path, and spending time kind of working on other things. And music, my goodness, guys, I've been making music for 25 years. 25 years, a true labor of love. And it's not like I'm not talented, but I enjoy making music that feels meaningful to me. And it'd be easy to make something poppy, and, and I've thought about doing that, but I so enjoy kind of diving in. It's almost like music becomes my therapist, my writing becomes my therapist, and producing becomes my therapist in a sense, and allows a third party in a way, to help me, see things in a different way. Um, but anyways, guys, it's been 22 minutes, which is more than twice as long as every episode of Taungsdays. Am I right so far? And I appreciate everybody who has stopped by and hung out. And Anakin, dude, I really appreciate you, man. You've kind of been instrumental in the Fan Force Alliance pushing forward. So I really appreciate you, man. And we've got we've got a mission ahead of us, and we've got some pretty neat things to accomplish. Um, making that podcast and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. And which shout out to the Jedi twins dropping heat week after week after week. And of course, shout out to Jedi Rogar. This guy has been working his tail off on a bunch of stuff. And big shout out to Ryan Speak as well. I know he's got some ideas and plans and stuff for some video drops here in the future too. So from everybody here at the Fan Force Alliance, I've been your host, Joe B1, your favorite Rap and Black Series collector and the #1 hip hop Jedi in the galaxy. This has been Taungsdays, am I right? And I appreciate you so much for joining in to the broadcast today. And you will catch me here next week with probably a more traditional style show, unless you guys end up telling me that you guys really appreciate these types of shows and you'd like it live more often. Let me know in the comments. But, we'll see, right? Because Taungsdays has been, Taungsdays, am I right? All right, guys, I appreciate you. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. If you're watching this back on the replay, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, checking out the Fan Force Alliance, showing love on Joe B1, showing love to all of your contributors here on Fan Force Alliance. Because we love you guys and we appreciate you and all your support. So, guys, we'll catch you later. Much love. May the Force be with you. I'm out.